Hey, what's up? Iron Tamer here, and we are 3 days in. Today's September 3rd into what I've been calling hashtag Squatember. The idea being that I'm going to do every single day in September for 30 days something that is going to improve my squatting pattern or my squatting strength, or my ability to squat for long distances or for extended periods of time. So I'm laying on the floor right now. Now, clearly, it's a bad idea to try to do maximum weight, heavy squat singles every single day for the month. You're going to need some rest if you do that kind of training, and doing it every day is not good. But so far, I've been doing some high rep, medium weight barbell work with 225 pounds and a little bit heavier than that. 255 is as heavy as I've gone. So just under body weight for that for me. I'm walking around at about 270-ish right now. So just under body weight. So nothing really heavy, but with some higher rep stuff. And what I'm going to show you right now is some of the stuff that I'm doing that is helping the squatting pattern, but not necessarily a loaded type thing, or a heavy strength building or strength endurance building thing. The first thing is I have a pad here that you can see, and I also have a Zafu meditation cushion. And what I'm working on is I want to be able to sit with my feet in this position, my butt on my heels, in what the Japanese word for it is seiza. And I had issue with knee flexion for years and unable to get into that position. I still can't sit comfortably in that position. I've recently been able to get my butt almost touching my heels. But what I've been doing is working on this progression with it, where I take this cushion, which is full of, like, I don't know, beans or rice or something that I don't eat, and I put it between my heels, and I just rock back and sit in a shortened range of motion of that same seated position. And I'll sit and I'll do breathing exercises and meditation and qigong and that sort of stuff here in this position. And very often, especially if I do it early in the day, it can be a little bit stiff feeling in the knees, but the longer I sit here, the more comfortable it gets. And after I sit for a while, I can adjust the cushion and bring my butt a little bit closer to my heels. Or if it's not as comfortable, then I'll bring it back out away a little bit. But the idea is that I'm gradually exposing my knees to this deeper flexion a little bit at a time over a longer period of time. And it's improved my knee flexion quite a bit. Doing that in conjunction with some of the other stuff that I'm going to show you that comes primarily from original strength, some yogic stuff, and some just me goofing around figuring stuff out. I've been able to get myself to where I can do this, which is a huge deal for me, to be able to put my toes on the floor and just rock up into this squatting position where my heel, you can't really see it on the camera there, my heel is not touching the floor, but I'm in this squatting position where it's very much a resting position for a lot of folks. And then to be able to just kind of hang out here, and I can rock back and put my heels down, still in that deep, deep squat position. This is the deepest squat that I've been in a very long time. And I've spent a little bit of time coming into this Squatember idea, working on it, and I thought, just why not make that a part of what I'm doing and carry that into the entire month of Squatember. So the original strength stuff that I'm working on for that is assuming the same position, but on my back. My sacrum tailbone is up off the floor, head's on the floor, and I just lay here and do some breathing. Deep abdominal breathing. So when I inhale, belly goes out, chest stays still. When I exhale, the opposite happens. And do that from this position here. So I'll lay and I'll breathe like that. I'll sit and I'll breathe in seiza with the cushion under my butt, and that's helping me with my deep knee flexion position. And then also the third thing is the original strength rocking, which is very much like the squatting pattern turned over on its face instead of on its back as I did a moment ago. But you can see that this action of going hip and knee flexion, hip and knee extension, if we stand that up, is hip and knee flexion, hip and knee extension. It's like a partial squat. So it's moving everything in that same knee and hip pattern, but it's loaded face down so that none of the load's going into the knees or into the hips when we do that. So it's working just the range of motion, just the pattern, without adding any load, and even reducing the load, a regression of sorts, by removing body weight from being supported by the ankles and knees and hips. So that's a part of what I'm doing when I'm working squat pattern for every day, 30 days of squats, Squatember. I'm not necessarily loading up the bar every time. I'm also working in some goblet squats and some various other things like that. But the important thing, squat in some capacity every day. So we've got rocking, I've got sitting in seiza with a bolster to decrease the range of motion, and then I've got laying on my back, hips up, also in the deep squat position, and breathing that way. So those are three things that I'm doing more from a recovery, reset, rejuvenation, restorative, rewiring kind of position or sort of approach, and not from a pure strength or strength endurance type approach. So play with that, enjoy it, and let me know if it's helpful to you.